Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. Happy Friday. I'm in Rockport, Texas. This is called Eller Road, Eller, off of 1069, dirt and gravel road. If you look way down the road, you can see the highway going across 1069. Wind is at 6 miles an hour. It's supposed to go up to 84 degrees today. Not bad overnight. I think we got a little bit of rain overnight, and I didn't even notice it. I slept through it, but when I went to get out of the truck this morning, there were puddles on the ground. And also this morning, I saw my buddy Gary. Good morning, Gary. And talked with Gary for a while. Hadn't seen him for a few months. And Gary gave me a very nice gift. So, Gary, thank you very much, buddy. Greatly appreciated, and it was nice to see you. I'm trying to talk Gary into doing a ride along with me. Well, they got a pool back there. Very nice. Very nice. Hope the wind is staying out of the microphone. If it isn't, I apologize. Look how green that grass is, folks. Beautiful green grass. Oh, and they got moo-moos. Got some cattle. Pretty cool. And we're about 5 minutes from the beach, if that. Got a cattle guard. If you don't know what a cattle guard is, there's little pipes going over the road, and hoofed animals have trouble stepping over it. Of course, I've seen videos of cows and mules and donkeys just walking right over it like it's nothing, but it's supposed to keep them in, and it does 99% of the time. I know the bison in Cap Rock Canyon had no trouble with cattle guards. I guess the theory is they don't want to get injured and step between the pipes. Lots of cows out there, lots of egrets as well. And there's more cattle in this little fenced in area. Different fenced in, different pasture, if you will. There you go. That looks pretty Texasy over there, huh? Let's go down this dirt road here. Little dirt shortcut to the road so we can see the cows better. I did get a joke from Brian. Where do pirates get their hook hands from? That's an easy one. The secondhand store. That's a good one, Brian. I never heard that one before. I think Brian sent me it wasn't an email. It was like a message through Instagram, maybe. So I don't even know how long that's been there, Brian. It was in like a request section that I don't usually look at. But thank you for the joke. Appreciate it. Took Luciano to the grocery store already. And that was only a little over an hour. I was impressed. He must have had his speed purchasing on today. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to go up, make a turn here. See what we can find today. I sure wish you would go, mister. I sure wish you would go. No? Okay, I'll go. Because you're car length past the area where you're supposed to stop at. 55 on this road. What is this road? Is this 1873? I know it brings us out to Hoots Country Kitchen, where I sometimes get tacos from. American flag, Texas flag, and a pirate flag. You must be in Rockport. I was thinking about, you know how you have best friends at different times of your life? And I've talked about my best friend, Kurt Tiger, and I've talked about my best friend, Matt. I don't know if I've mentioned my best friend, Scott, too much. Um, I always played hockey growing up. We used to play the street in front of our house. Scott and his family moved in, and I was a few years older than Scott, and I was out front under the light at night. It wasn't night. No, it wasn't night. It was a daytime. Just shooting. I had a net. Just shooting at the net. Had my stick, and Scott came out with a stick. He had just moved to the neighborhood. This is the first time I'm meeting him, and he had on. Was he wearing rollerblades or roller skates? I think he was wearing roller skates, playing roller hockey. So we said hi, and we were just shooting. You know, we had a couple pucks just shooting at the net, and then Scott would try to deke around me, and I'd try to stop him. And we weren't body checking or anything. And one time Scott went to go around me, and I lifted up his stick, which in hockey is perfectly legal. And his stick went right into his cheekbone. I don't know how that happened, but he was okay. And then he saw the blood, and he kind of panicked and went running into his house. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm in trouble now. I just met this kid 20 minutes ago, and I already sent him home needing stitches. And he didn't need stitches, and his mom or dad were always super nice to me, as a matter of fact. And I remember we used to go. There was one playoff year where I watched like the first game of the series at Scott's house, and the Flyers won. That was our team. We were in the suburbs of Philadelphia, and the Flyers won. So that means we had to watch the next game at Scott's house. And I used to watch games over there quite a bit, and I mean they were just basically across the street. They have not finished working on this part of the road yet. Wow, we haven't been over here in a few weeks, and it's not looking good, is it? That's Rattlesnake Point Road, and we just passed on the right Hoots Country Kitchen. If I knew I was coming over here, I probably would have hit the ATM. But I found a good way not to spend money. Don't keep any money on you. It really saves you a lot of cash. Just past the Southern Star RV Resort. We've done a video from in there before. Bumpity bump on the road. Bumpity bump on the road. You think they would have repaired this road before they dug up the other one, knowing that people would have to use it? Nope. Now, why would they? Why would they do that? I'll have to see if I can find a sign for this road. There it is. Oh, no, that's the detour for Rattlesnake Point Road. That we are on Old Salt Lake Road. I came down here only once before, and I was looking in the Rockport pilot. They had places, the best places in town to see hummingbirds. And I went to a lot of the different locations, and there was one down here that just didn't exist. The address they gave had nothing to do with hummingbirds. Wow, really pretty to the right there with the reds. You're gonna get the wind microphone. Sorry, all the different trees and the flowers. That's pretty. I like how they kept all the trees they could too and cleared the brush out. So that's really nice. Whip it around here. Excuse me while I whip this around. So SpaceX was a bust, or as Elon Musk likes to call it, a successful failure. A successful failure, meaning, okay, that didn't work. Let's learn from our mistakes. So, looks like the road kind of goes. See, I feel like I'm okay. So, is this someone's? Yeah. So the road ends here, huh? Dead end. Because this is someone's driveway, I think. It says Baywatch Drive, private property. What does this say? 302 Baywatch deliveries. Please leave inside gate. Okay. So this is private property. Why does it say Baywatch Drive, though? That's a little confusing to someone like me who is easily confused. But I remember, with Scott, there was at one time, I think it was on a Sunday night when these shows were all new, or at least kind of new. Sunday night, we would watch, get together, my girlfriend, Scott's girlfriend, usually at my house. We would watch The Simpsons, Alf. Remember Alf? Oh, they even got rusty stuff up there. Look at that. They got rusty stuff. Ooh, they got rusty stuff up there. That's so cool. Hey, excuse me, could you put your rusty stuff down by the road so we could see it when we drive by? Thank you. Married with Children, which when it first came out was funny. They let it run way too long, but it was funny when it first came out. Hey, birds. Birds are going cray cray. And there was a fourth show, and I don't remember what it was, but yeah, we would hang out for 2 hours and watch those shows, and it was a good time. I also traveled with Scott quite a bit. We would go camping in New Jersey at Dennisville Campground, and then later, one right on. I'd have to look it up now. Right on Route 9 in New Jersey, and it was because there was girls at the campground, and Scott and I would go and set up tents, and we had camping gear, and we'd stay at the campground, and we plug in. We had one of those little TVs with the VCR built in, and we had fans, and I didn't feel like we were going to die from the heat like I do boondocking in Texas. It is funny. I wonder if I could go up to back up north at some point in the summer and not even like think it was hot anymore after spending 4 summers boondocking in Texas. I think the property with the goats is somewhere over here, so that's kind of what I'm looking for. I see roosters and chickens, but I don't see any goats today. Oh man. Come on, man. We need some goats every once in a while. And also, Scott drove to Maine with me to visit my family up in Ellsworth, Maine. And they don't own the property anymore, but 15 Bayview Avenue in Ellsworth, Maine. And things have so much changed that when I look on Google Earth that I don't even like want to go back. But yeah, my one friend You know, decided he was a good guy. He was going to work on my car and put in a new transmission. I had a '76 Chevy Malibu, which was very nice of him to offer. Well, he couldn't get it done, and he definitely couldn't get it done in time. So he and his wife lent me their car, a stick. It was like a little Honda. I don't know what's a Honda from that era. A CX. I had never driven stick before. I had zero stick lessons, and there was no internet and YouTube. So I drove the first day I ever drove stick from Philadelphia to Ellsworth, Maine, and that includes toll traffic in New York City. Let's go down here today. So that was an interesting first day driving stick, and I didn't have any trouble until I got to Ellsworth, Maine. 15 Bayview Avenue is up a pretty steep hill, and started off in first gear. And in my mind, and in Scott's mind, Scott didn't know anything about driving a stick either. We would work our way up to fifth gear, and then not be able to go anywhere and roll back down the hill, and kept trying it and trying it. Well, eventually I learned that just keep it in second or third gear, and you can get up any hill you want pretty easily. But it's just something that was, we've seen this house before. Something that was so easy just eluded me. Isn't that house cool looking? I like the little tree fort. Oh, that'd be a little reading room up there. Look at that. They got like two turrets outside screened in right there. That is awesome. I wonder if that's like a like a rental place, but I don't see a sign. It's a nice little street. Hey, boys. DuckTales. Woo. Well, we don't see that every day. All right, you guys have a good day. Don't let Sherry get your eggs. It's a little shout out there to Sharon Nature. She's up in Missouri, and I hope I get to visit her and her family when I go visit my friends in Arkansas in June. Depends on gas prices, right? Right. Yeah, there's a link to Sherry's channel in the description of this video. And you know who I really miss? Speaking of YouTube videos that only I'm talking about, I miss Bud's Backyard. The last time I looked, Bud's channel was called Bud STX, South Texas Barbecue. And sometimes I go there and he'll have videos, and sometimes he won't. But Bud is just such a good dude. The last I heard, he still lived in Rockport. And he was just one of those guys that was always very supportive of the channels he watched. And I first came across Bud's videos because he lived in Rockport. And I would see him in the Allastrology live streams. So, Bud, if you're out there, I hope you're doing well. And I have sent Bud some messages over the last year, and haven't gotten a reply. So I just hope he's well. I know people move on with their lives and have other things to do. I just want Bud to be well because he's a good dude. Speaking of Allastrology, you can check her channel out. That's listed in the description of the video. These small streets, I can never make a proper U-turn on because my wheelbase, my turn radius, that's the word I'm looking for, is just about zero. Zero? No. I'll just say it's not as good as my 2007 Ford that I had previous to this. And I wanted to give my buddy CT a shout out. CT, Canadian trucker. And he does a lot of food related reviews, rations, MREs. And since he's a trucker on the road, like different fast food places, and occasionally he'll throw in some footage of just driving down a highway if he comes across a particularly cool area. So that is channel's just called CT, Canadian Trucker. So check those channels out if you can. There's Salt Lake right over there, guys. Rockport, Texas. I've been rambling for way, way too long today, guys. I apologize. I just looked at the time now. Thanks for riding along with me. Thanks for watching.